Sabah everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a pair of headphones that's retailing for around 300 bucks. This pair of headphones is made by Sony. They're called the WH-1000XM3 headphones that offer us long battery life, up to 30 hours of playback, but also offers us supposedly some of the best experience as far as comfort, sound quality, and noise cancellation. This is TK. Let's go ahead and check them out and see what makes them so special. So the box is pretty simple. The headphones are pretty much there. WH-1000XM3, high-res audio up to 30 hours with Bluetooth wireless connectivity, noise cancellation, works with the Google Assistant as well as the Amazon Assistant. As I mentioned to you guys here, we have HD audio, quick charging up to 10 minutes. With 10 minutes, we can get up to 5 hours of playback, 30 hours of total battery life, of course, using the Assistant in here. Headphone jack is basically, they do include a 3.5mm headphone jack cable that you're able to use them when the batteries do run out. We have a travel adapter, of course, a USB-C to USB Type-A cable, as well as a carrying case. Here we have the actual case itself. We have a little hook, Sony zipper right there with the logo on it, and a small pocket on one side. It is a hard case, so it definitely will provide protection for the headphones. And of course, when we open them, we get to see them. Now, the accent color from the case carries over to the headphones. We're pretty much matte black across everything, with the exception of the actual logo Sony right there, as well as the microphones from the top for the noise cancellation. They do include that travel adapter that I was showing you guys, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack adapter cable. It does not carry audio on this. Just be aware that it's only 2 connectors, and you can put it in and then connect this to the airplane if your airplane supports it. Otherwise, just use the standard connector, and you're able to use it. And then at that point, the noise cancellation as well as Bluetooth you can turn that off, and everything will work fine. They also do include the USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable, and that's going to be used to charge it up. Now, the really cool thing about this is that you can actually just use any charger or any cable that you have, let's say for your phone, or even for your laptop if it supports USB-C, as this is pretty much how they work. As soon as we take out the headphones, you'll notice there's some instructions right there. These are the actual gestures that we have supporting here on this cup. The one that has the word NFC is just for pairing. The other one is the one with the gestures. So essentially, we can swipe to the right, swipe to the left to go back and forth on the track. Volume up, volume down, and this does have a separate volume level from your phone, so it increases the volume level above your phone. And of course, double tapping once, it will basically start and stop the music, and then of course answer calls. And if you want to be able to use the Google Assistant, you can program it to work with some of the buttons on the bottom. Looking at the bottom, we have the USB Type-C connector, as well as the actual LED here for charging. On the right side, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, as well as the power button with an LED next to it. And of course, this is the ambient sound turn on, as well as the Assistant. So when you receive a notification when you're using these headphones, you can just press the button and it'll read the notification for you. We do have an indication here of right and left on the cups, and they are basically leather cups, extremely comfortable, and again, over-the-ear design, and they're very nice. The actual control are very good, very precise. Again, the model number sitting there, and we do have some nice cushioning here, leather cushioning at the top that are very, very good. Again, very nice as far as just the packaging and what you're getting right out of the box, and we haven't even turned them on yet. Now, Sony does have a specific application. This is called the Sony Connect application. You just need to install it, press and hold the power button, give it a second to turn on. And as I mentioned, we do have an LED light here indicating that it is turned on and connected. Once you connect it, you'll connect the information right there. We'll give it a second. And then this becomes kind of like your dashboard for the entire unit itself. Again, the model number shows up there, the SBC. This is just the codec that it's running on, connected via Bluetooth. We do have 100% battery, so you always know exactly how much battery you have. It does have some adaptive sound functionality. It works around whenever you're walking around. So if you're walking around and it recognizes that and there's a lot of noise, it does adapt the noise cancellation so that you get the best experience out of it. You are also able to tune the noise cancellation with the optimizer that's built in here, as well as the ability of turning on the sound positioning control to basically position the sound in a specific area around you. Last but not least, we have Surround VPT here. You can turn that on and just basically go between concert, arena, club, and outdoor stage. And these are different options that you're able to use to optimize the audio playback, as well as a built-in EQ. Last but not least, we have a small interface here to whatever music you're playing. So if your music player is sitting in the background, you're able to interface with it here. Sound quality mode here, of course, you can go in there as far as priority sound quality, or priority is basically stable connection. So it does have that optimizations there. The DSEE-HX audio is turned on automatically, and of course, we can change the functionality of that button that we were talking about here And right now I have it set to work as the Google Assistant, or of course the Amazon Assistant, or we can also turn on ambient sound control, which actually is not that hard because as long as you put your hand over the entire cup, you can actually turn on ambient sound control. And of course we have the automatic turn on and off after 5 minutes, and then of course notifications and voice guided information. So whenever you are listening to music and you get a notification, by default, with the Google Assistant at least, it just gives you the header, kind of like says, you know, WhatsApp, Google Messenger, the Facebook Messenger, or so on. If you press the Assistant button, it then reads your notification. On top of the fact that, let's say you want to launch the Assistant at any time, because we have it configured right now to work with this button, when I press and hold this, it'll automatically turn it on. So the main thing about the Assistant here is that you can do almost anything you can do on your phone, with the exception of opening up certain applications. Because I've tried asking it to turn on the camera and it wouldn't work, and it kept telling me that it does not take pictures right now. So it's a great interface to your device without having to take your phone out for any messages or so on, things like that.
Now let's talk about the actual fitting of the actual ear cups. Again, these are over the ear, so once you have them connected to your device, keep in mind it only connects to one device at a time. So if you have them last connected to your smartphone, that's pretty much where it's going to go back. And if you want to use them with another device, you could use the NFC tab on the back if that device supports it, or just turn on pairing mode by pressing and holding the power button at the initial turn on and keep pressing it for it to go into pairing mode, and you can pair them to the next device. Just keep in mind, if it's another smartphone, I recommend you downloading the application so that you can actually get the configuration functions that I showed you there directly on the headphones. But as far as fit, they actually work pretty nicely. We have the support on the top as well as in the ear cups, and they are over ears, so you're not getting any pressure on your ears. It's definitely just sitting around next to your head. The gestures, as I showed you guys before, work pretty well, but basically double tapping right there starts the music. Sorry if my volume is going to change. If I put my hand over the ear cup, the audio from the outside comes in using the top microphones that I showed you guys earlier. And of course, it does lowers the volume on the music. It doesn't actually take it out. And of course, once I release, the music comes back. Let me go ahead and stop it. And for the most part, the actual sounding experience stays the same. When noise cancellation is on, for the most part, as long as it's not super, super loud, it pretty much just turns any room into a super quiet room. Like literally you feel like you're by yourself in your own environment and just basically able to enjoy your music at your own level. The assistant that we have in here button is sitting on the left ear cup. And again, when you feel them, there's literally two buttons. The bottom one is the audio, the power. And if I press that, let me actually see if I can put the microphone in the ear cup and see how that sounds to you guys.
Battery, about 80%.
Today in Santa Clarita, it'll be partly cloudy, with a forecasted high of 99 and a low of 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Right now, it's 75 and partly cloudy.
Now that was by no means the best way to demonstrate how good the audio is on these headphones. They definitely sound really nice. As far as listening to music, you can tune them using the built-in EQ that's on the application, as well as the ability of actually getting the best experience by tuning it to basically the environment that you're in to get the best noise cancellation as well with the equalizer that we have in there. So overall, the actual wear, as far as the actual headphones themselves, you can wear them for hours. The only thing I would probably say is if it's a little bit warm outside, keep in mind that because they're over the ear, they don't really breathe that well. So you may get a little bit of sweating around the ear, but nothing major that it would make it uncomfortable. Of course, if it's a little bit cooler outside, it's not going to be an issue, but just something to keep in mind. Using them wired or wireless, you're definitely going to get the best experience in there because we're using the LDAC as far as the technology for the music playback as opposed to just having aptX. Not to say that aptX is not great, but this is definitely the next level audio quality that we're able to get out of these headphones. And you can tune them for best audio quality, or you can tune them for basically the strongest signal. Now, are they justified? Is it worth the $350 or the $300, depending where you can find them? I probably would say, look, if you're looking for a great pair of headphones that has really good audio, comfortable to use for an extended amount of time, long battery life. I literally was able to go for 4 days trying to get the battery down to 0, and I wasn't able to. For the most part, I think this is really one of the best travel companions you can get. So for the price point, I think $300 and $350, it's worth it if you're looking for a good pair and you're not worried too much about to pay too much for it. What I would also probably say is if you want to wait a little bit and see when it comes up on sale, as it was on sale during Prime Day not that long ago, so they did drop the price below $300 on Amazon with this. So I'll give you guys a link. You guys definitely see which one or what the current price is for these headphones off of Amazon. But for me, they're definitely a win, and I'm very happy that I was able to pick them up. And again, I would love to basically hear your opinions and your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.